What's up, everybody? You already know go. It is your boy B back with another video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you don't know who I am, my name is Brandon Jones, and I specialize to help you make an extra income. If you guys hear his dogs barking or a motorcycle, it's because I am out of town right now and out the country, and I'm sorry. Okay, I listen. It's chickens, roosters, all types of animals making noise and bikes and stuff, but I wanted to actually take this time out to share my experience with you guys as far as cell phone stores and the cell phone market outside of the country, because a lot of people have been asking me questions, especially when it comes to the buyer, how the buyers work, what the market is when it comes to overseas. And I have some shocking results. If you guys don't know, I have a price list, and the price list has 56 buyers, and these are international and in the state buyers. I came out here to meet with some of my buyers, and I've learned some very interesting things. One, I couldn't record going into the stores or any of our meetings. They didn't want to be on camera. So now I'm back at the villa, and I want to just share the experience, but also share some tips with you guys for you dealing with international buyers, but also help you guys get access to international buyers as well. So number one, if you don't know what a wholesale buyer or international buyer is, it is a buyer that buys phones wholesale. They buy devices to sell overseas in the overseas market, in the overseas market. Now, the impression that I've had before coming out here, I am in the Dominican Republic. Before coming out here, my impression was that phones especially iPhones, were worth way more out here than in the States. And I don't want to say it's not true, but I do want to say my expectations that I had in regards to that is completely different. It's completely different now. And I honestly want to say that I think international buyers, they are buyers that want to make money because usually they're in a third world country and they need to survive, right? And practically everybody in the Dominican Republic, which I am in right now, wants to make some type of money. I can't even ask somebody to help me find a cab or a taxi without them wanting a tip, which that's okay, right? I understand the hustle. But what I do realize is being in a third world country is a really interesting experience, because you have people that are less fortunate, but then you also have people, and they'll do and go to extremes to get money, to get income. But then you also have the store owners, which aren't really that willing to budge when it comes to pricing, right? So like the ecosystem out here is messed up, and that's why I feel like it's so much poverty. But when it comes to phones and cell phone stores, shockingly, the phone market, when you're just a regular American, is completely different than it is when you're communicating with them from the States. Let me explain. You know how I tell you guys that you don't want to go to a seller, you don't want to go to their location, you want to make them come to you, or you want to meet them at a neutral space or a space that you are already familiar with, right? It is sort of kind of the same exact thing when it comes to international buyers. And I'm going to explain. Because what I did was I came to the Dominican Republic to have conversation with other phone stores and other buyers that I've not met yet. When I met them, I was approached with a very different market price than I get already, right? Like, I thought it would be better because we're face to face, but it was worse. Prime example, for an iPhone 11 that out here in the Dominican Republic, they are paying $200. In the States, they're paying $200. For an iPhone 13 Pro, they're paying the same amount, around a $450, $500 to consumers. Same amount. What I realized is you have to always maintain your leverage when it comes to this phone game. And sometimes your leverage is your presence. Sometimes your leverage is not being available. And that was what my main takeaway, because with the phone flipping prices that you can get at I Am Hustler's Mindset, you get 56 buyers, but you're not necessarily meeting them, and you're not coming to their country where they know you're in their country, you know, and they sort of kind of work with everybody around. Like, one phone store owner knows about 8 other phone store owners. So you burn a bridge with him, you're burning bridges with 8 others. And that's sort of kind of where you have to understand and learn, like I did, that it's important to dictate the connections that you orchestrate. And if you don't dictate them and you let somebody else do it, you ain't gonna make no more money. I'll tell you this, I've only seen about 4 people with iPhones this whole time I've been out here. I haven't seen a lot of people with iPhones. Why? Because these iPhones cost a lot of pesos. A lot of pesos, okay? And the store owners, they know I pay American dollars. I pay with American dollars. I use American dollars. So they're going to try and get over on me because they don't think that I understand how many pesos they're selling these devices for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to negotiate in the States. Not going to negotiate overseas. I wouldn't recommend you coming overseas to negotiate. I wouldn't recommend you coming overseas to try and partner. First, partner with the person via Facebook or WhatsApp or wherever you're talking to them, and then handle the rest later, because I'm in your country and you honestly do have the leverage, and it's nothing really I can do, and that's very frustrating. But it's also an eye-opener, and I wanted to share that with you guys, share my true experience meeting buyers overseas. I won't say they're rude, but I will say, again, they don't have the compassion to work with us or work with me like they do when I'm texting them and I'm in the States shipping them phones. Now, you would think that they would want to create a business relationship and I come and deliver phones to them, but that's just not the case. That's not what they want to do. I think, again, it's also them not knowing you personally, so they don't know me personally, so it's not that easy because they don't know how I get phones, or they don't know the potential earnings they can get. They only know what they're being told. And that is the very exhausting part, is that I came out here, didn't really get any real solidified connections because everybody felt like they had that leverage. As an American, it's looked at like we have money, so they think that they can play with us, and that sucks, but it is what it is, guys. Make sure you guys get the price list so you don't have to go through this. That's why the price list costs money. It does cost $80 because it's hard getting these connections. It's hard building relationships, and when you build these relationships, it's very, 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 very stressful, because you have to make sure that sometimes you suck your pride in and you just try and make sure business gets done, but it's not that easy sometimes. It's not that easy, right? So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video. I'm gonna see you guys at the top because it's too crowded at the bottom. Thank you to everybody that has been supporting, everybody that has been positive, and those that are working to continue to grow and make money and make income streams. Let's keep going, man. Don't stop. Do not stop. You guys got this. I'll see y'all later. Peace.